Hey guys, here, welcome to another GTA 5 video. Let's get right into this video topic. Recently, Rockstar made a few changes to the content creator to do with races. They've added new props as well as a few changes to the current props we've had already. And this is pretty awesome stuff for those of you that make tracks and that have made already many tracks in the game that you don't probably know about these changes. I'm sure you guys will find this video useful. So first of all, the main change for this is the tire lines that you have available within the barriers section. Those lines didn't really work properly until now, where obviously cars would go over them very easily, so people can cut corners or just completely skip a particular route on the track. Now these tires are double the size and actually work properly, so they prevent the car from completely going over and pretty much completely stops the car if they try to cut the corner over the tire line. So you'll see this, but first of all, showing you this recent track that I made with these brand new tire lines that they've sort of adjusted, I suppose, with the recent changes. I'm not sure when they've actually added this change into the game. I believe it was after 1.14 patch, sorry, 1.15 patch. I haven't seen any information or any sort of YouTube video about this. I haven't seen this in the patch notes. Maybe I rushed it through when I was reading the patch notes, but I don't know. Let me know if you guys didn't know this already. I don't know. I only recently found this out when I created this new track. This is my brand new track that I literally made a few moments ago. Go and sweat this track out, guys. It is a pretty balanced track. I managed to get a 44-second lap time. I'm sure I can get a better lap time than that, because right at the end of this track, on the final lap, I screwed up this final corner with a very horrible line, but all of the other lines here you see are pretty damn awesome. But yeah, I'm going to try and aim to make more sweaty laps where you guys can sweat lap times. So the link for this track is available in the description below. Go ahead and try it. It's on the PS3, unfortunately. Sorry for your Xbox people out there. Recreating tracks is very difficult to make it perfectly precise with checkpoints and whatnot, and also it's very time consuming. So for those of you that obviously want to recreate this track, go ahead and do so. But anyway, I'm going to be showing you all the new props they've added to the content creator right after this race, so stay tuned for the video. This is not me blabbering on about or promoting my track, it's to do with both. But yeah, link in the description below. Sweat the lap times with Zentorno. Tweet me the images with your lap times on the track. So you see, first of all, brand new barriers have added double metal fence gates, you see here, and also a single metal fence gate. This was not here before the recent patch. And also you see for the benches, they've got a wooden bench as well as a metal bench, and I'm sure they were not there beforehand. Also into construction, they've got low long shuttering as well as high long shuttering sort of barriers, and high mid and low mid as well. So that's pretty awesome. Pretty much covers a great distance to block certain things off, to create extra paths or just block certain paths off. And also in the dynamic section, you've got a new stand which is supposed to be a destructible barrier, but Rockstar failed and they are indestructible basically. So that means, in fact, that's actually useful for us. It prevents people from cutting corners, and why on earth would you want dynamic props anyway? When people smash into these things, they actually cause a mess and cause collisions in a proper racing environment, so we don't want that hassle. So in fact, Rockstar did not make a mess of that. Technically they did with the description, but this is actually useful because you can see here, perfect example, they are not destructible. So it's one of those things. You see here, but by the way, the tires actually work. You literally can't go over them. Even the adder, you know, it's one of those things, like it's literally the same height as the bumper. And also another changes, a few other changes, sorry. The signs have been enlarged quite drastically. You see a significant change to the visuals. Literally triple the height of the adder put on top of each other. The initial sign before this, before the changes, were very, very tiny, literally the height of the adder. So 3 times the height now. Also the other signs have been also raised up. Obviously this will cause more mess on the roads, but depends where you place the signs on the track. Also they've slightly enlarged the ramps as well. Therefore they've also scaled that with the float piles, because they know people like to make massive ramps. By the way, all of these changes, if you want them to be taking place to existing tracks, you have to go back to your existing tracks in Creator and update them by replacing the older version of props to the newer version. So some of these props have been enlarged and scaled with size. This one in particular, I've not seen the diesel tank this big before. Maybe that's just a placebo. Some of these may seem like there's a placebo effect, which was the case with the barriers. Normal barriers you see there, the red and white stripes, I thought they were enlarged as well, but that was not the case. They are still the same size. Only a few of these props, I'm not sure if I said crops, I do apologize if I said crops, but it's props. A few of these props have been enlarged. For example, like this, the dumpsters have been quite drastically enlarged, as well as the float power here. You can see double the size from the previous size, which is pretty cool. I'm showing another example. This comparison from my corners track. I went back to update the track. You'll see the normal version. The previous version was on the left hand side. The updated version is on the right hand side. It's literally double the size from the previous version, therefore preventing cars from going over these lines, these tire lines. So they are actually useful because these things were pretty much preventing or sort of blocking people from using them and using other crappy sort of props and really sort of not making the tracks professional. A lot of people wanted to use these tire lines obviously to make a track more neater and more professional, at the same time preventing people from cutting corners, as that's pretty much the whole point of it. It sort of guides people on where to go and how to take the corners, and you know, sort of creating an apex like that. So yeah, now it's great. Now these are actually useful and you can actually use them properly on a track, and they will be really convenient. Here you can see basically I can't literally get over that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I've showed you pretty much the majority of the changes here for the content creator. Summarizing this video quickly, signs have been enlarged, the ramps have been enlarged, the float powers have been enlarged, a few new additions of props within the barriers for the fences, the benches, as well as the tire doubled in size, a few new construction props as well, and also the new stand within the dynamic props section in that category. Although the description was a failure, it was supposed to be a destructible barrier, but it turns out it's indestructible. On the plus side, that is great for us because we want more of those barriers where we can place on the track to have more sort of creativity. Obviously we've got to wait for next gen for the prop limit to be increased. Hopefully that will be the case very soon. But yeah, for you content creators out there, hopefully you found this video useful. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys soon, and definitely give this track a go with your Zentornos and push for this fast laps with your crazy ass lines. I'll see you guys soon, you sweaty ass racers. You sweat buckets, keep filling those buckets up. Check your son out. Good night, peace. Yeah. Remember guys, for those of you that already have tracks published before these changes were taking place, that all you gotta do is go back to Creator and update all your props that you want that obviously are relevant for these changes, such as the tire lines, the new barrier added to the dynamic section, and of course other props if you really want to add them as well. Even if you have the signs as well, if you want to change that and make it bigger, go ahead and update that as well. But that is pretty much it. Just go back and update it in Creator, and all you gotta do is publish it again and it should be normal. Thanks for watching guys again, and thanks for the support as well.